You guys aren't stupid, and you'll get it as well.
Ah! Eat that, bitch.
Hey, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to my behind-the-scenes review of my book, The Roar of a Dragon, which you can check out on. You can check it out on Goodreads. You can get it at rowanvalebooks.com or Amazon.com. You can go to blanchardroberts72.wix.com/otherworlds, and you can read the first 3 chapters for free, as well as some of my other writings. So be sure to check that out. I have finally figured out where to go after the longest freaking time. I don't know how I didn't see this before, but I believe this is where I'm headed. So chapter 2 begins as more of the same, as Aiden having trouble with oh god, here we go. This takes stamina. I'm gonna die here, watch this. Yeah, I get it. Just go. Ah, I'm dead. Shit. Damn it. Well, at least I know where to go now. So yeah, chapter 2 basically begins with a story of Aiden disciplining him, which I wrote in the manuscript where I wrote about Aiden's childhood. Aiden remembers a time where he skipped out on his chores and ran into the woods to play a little bit and basically play night, pretend, be by himself, and he comes back to find his father waiting for him. And Aiden knows he's in deep shit, but Aiden's father doesn't do anything right away. He gives him a meal and sends him to bed. Next morning, Aiden wakes up. Aiden's father basically says, you got to do the work that you didn't do yesterday, plus you got to do all the work today. Meaning Aiden's father's not going to do anything, so he's doing all of Aiden's father's work too. He's doing double the work for the whole day, and he's not getting a meal until he's done. So Aiden goes and does that, and by the end of the day, he's totally dead, exhausted, too tired to even eat what his father puts in front of him, and his father puts him to bed. And before Aiden falls asleep, his final thought is, I gotta be more careful with my daydreaming. Much more careful. That day, Aiden's out with a gardening hoe, doing things out in the field, and he sees these 3 knights, and he's extremely excited. He's only had one other interaction with a knight, but it was very brief, and, you know, not much to it. We gotta try this again. Here we go. Gotta hurry. Yeah, I get it. Okay. How did that help me? I don't get how that helps restore my stamina, but whatever. Go. Go. Yes. Alright, I made it. So Aiden sees these 3 knights, and the 3 knights see him, and they're pointing to him, and then they come over to him, and Aiden's really nervous. He doesn't know what to expect. Unfortunately, this knight has just gotten off the night watch, and he is drunk, and he taunts Aiden, and he taunts and ridicules Aiden and basically makes him get on the ground until he leaves. Just stay down and lower your eyes and don't even look at me until I leave. This knight by the name of Norvin, an interesting fact about my book, most if not all of the human names are actual human names in our world. Most of them I chose by babynames.com, where I find the different meanings and stuff, but Norvin's is one of the few humans that I chose from.
Not that way. The good spots are up higher.
Well, what do you think I'm doing, kid? I mean, I don't know where I'm going. The fantasy names I chose by a fantasy name generator at rinkworks.com, so shout out to them. I'm sorry for that. If people were hoping for a deeper meaning behind the fantasy names, but there's not. I just chose it basically random. I go through a list of names from the fantasy name generator, and I'm just looking at here for anyone wondering what I'm doing in the game. So yeah, I chose it from a generator, but the human names I usually chose with care. Norvin's is one of the few that was not. It just seemed like a cool villain name. Cool, slimy villain name, so that's why I went with it. In the original version of the manuscript, Norvin tries to kill Aiden after...
Sounds like there's someone below us.
But you just made me go up, and now there's someone sick below me? What the fuck? Where is the safe area? The fuck are you talking about? Is it in here? Oh yeah, I can walk through here. I have no idea. Is it... Oh,
They're generators.
cutscene.
I can recharge my camera batteries.
Sorry, we're gonna check out this cutscene real quick.
Henry. Henry, you there?
Yeah, don't worry, I'm here.
Just checking. We're inside the mall.
Hey, what's going on?
It's May. She's coughing. Probably from the dust. She doesn't look... Oh, wait. She's got a fever. She's burning up.
That's not good.
You need to find one of those crates the military dropped right after the event. It'll have medicine.
Where's the best place to find a crate that hasn't already been scavenged?
Search for places that are hard to reach. Like high rooftops, high buildings. Maybe you'll find one someone else missed.
Okay. Let's look up one on the top floor of the mall. If there are any crates on the rooftops, that would be a good place to spot them from.
Gotcha. And now I don't have May on my back, so that makes things a little bit easier. I'm gonna look around here real quick. Yeah, Norvin originally tried to kill Aiden in the first story that I wrote, and then I kind of came to the conclusion that Norvin's not a killer, especially of kids. He's a bully, he intimidates, he humiliates, but I wouldn't see him killing Aiden, so it was changed to, instead of trying to slash at him with a sword, he kind of hits him with the butt of the sword. So yeah, that changed a few things about the story, and that was a way of gaining more insight as to who Norvin was. You know, not a killer, but just basically every bully you ever met in school. So through the disrespect or perceived disrespect that Norvin sees in Aiden, there's an altercation. Aiden has a gardening hoe and he's scared to death. He doesn't know what to do, but he just knows he's sick of this knight intimidating him, so he fights back, and he eventually trips him, and that just like the other two knights on their horses are like, ooh, you know, he basically showed you up. Norvin gets serious and he takes down Aiden and he's pushing his face into the ground. Someone's coughing. Someone's really coughing. Yeah, so Norvin's pushing Aiden's face into the ground, and Sir Garridan intervenes and saves Aiden from possibly dying. I don't know that he would have at that point, but just saves him from Aiden's fate. What's going on? That was different in the original manuscript too. In the original manuscript, Norvin tries to kill Aiden by throwing a dagger at him. And the dagger that Norvin throws is deflected by another dagger thrown by Garridan. In this instance, in the actual story, Garridan just runs up and grabs Norvin and throws him off of Aiden. Again, going back to that thing where I didn't feel that Norvin would actually kill Aiden or try to kill Aiden. Yeah, so Garridan throws Norvin off and basically severely admonishes him for what he's done. He's tormenting a peasant, a teenager at that. And Norvin sheepishly backs off because Garridan is not one to be messed with. He's actually, it's revealed later that he's the general of the White Army of Delmar, which is where they live. I don't think I've even mentioned that yet. The home country is Delmar for Aiden. Garridan's name is English and means descendant of Gerard. I didn't pick that name for any other reason than I saw it in the list and I thought it would make a good name. I think it fits really well. And Garridan kind of takes over the father role for Aiden after, you know, obviously Aiden's father is gone, and Garridan kind of steps in. He sees that Aiden's alone, and the truth is he was watching the altercation between Norvin and Aiden for quite some time by the barn, but he didn't do anything because he saw that Aiden had some fire in him, and he saw that he could fight a little bit, and he was interested to see what would happen. But when he saw that Norvin may well kill Aiden, he stepped in, and that's when the altercation got stopped. And yeah, so Garridan and Aiden finally meet. Garridan takes the time to calm him down. Oh, there's something over here I never grabbed. Another python. The two basically exchange pleasantries, and Garridan gets to know Aiden a little bit better and just tells him not to give up. During the altercation with Norvin, Aiden was kind of sort of having second thoughts about joining the knighthood, but after and hearing Garridan's words about Aiden's bravery and things like that, now he wants it even more. And that exchange from Garridan and Aiden in the original story is virtually unchanged from the original manuscript. That was all basically word for word, or a few little changes here and there, but it's basically the same as when I first wrote it, which is kind of cool. And that's the end of chapter 2. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Remember, you can check out my book on BlanchardRoberts72.wix.com/otherworlds. You can also check it out on Goodreads. It's got about 90 ratings right now. It's doing pretty well. Working on the sequel as we speak. So thank you guys for watching, listening. As always, it's Bobby's World, and you're all just living in it. So the movie Dragonheart was a major inspiration